Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for round number 5 here in Malaysia Sim Racing League, the F1 Asia Series, brought to you by MSRL. Season number 6 is underway as usual. We have almost a full lobby here today. We have a sprint weekend and we're gonna split it up in 2 sessions because you know the real life sprint shootout is having a bit of a weird timing here. I'm alone in the comms box today, so well, you'll just have to entertain me for the time being. 1 hour session, we'll just have a 5-minute practice session so drivers can load in their setups and whatnot, test their equipment, and then we'll proceed to a one-shot qualifying. Dynamic weather, by the way, so you don't know, I don't know what's gonna happen in the qualifying. Is it gonna rain? Is it gonna be dry? I'm hoping for a bit of weather here, just so you know things spice up just a little bit. But yeah, you never know. And then we'll have a 12 laps of sprint, which well, once again, we don't know what's the weather gonna be like. No mandatory pit stops in sprint races, so drivers will just have to go from the start till the end on one set of tires if they wish to. Soft tires or medium tires are going to be the choice around here. And then we'll take an hour break to watch the IRL sprint shootout once again, and we'll be back at 11 PM, which is roughly 2 hours from now, for the main race, which is going to be 36 laps. Again, it's going to be dynamic weather, and the sprint grid is going to determine your starting positions. Drivers that you have missed, well, if you've missed the sprint race today, you'll be starting at the back. That's probably a good way to farm some driver of the day awards for today. But yeah, we are 3 minutes away from starting. We have 17 drivers now in the lobby, 15 drivers actually, 16 actually, exclude me, and we are almost ready to go. We should be having one more Ferrari on the way. AJ has joined us, and we have one more Ferrari that is missing today, so I guess that's alright. And well, 16 drivers out on track in a sprint lobby. It's pretty hectic. Top 15 gets points around here, and no fastest lap point in qualifying, that in sprint at least. So you know, yeah, however, given that it's a sprint weekend, we still follow the real life points allocation. Top 8 only score points here, so be prepared for 1 lap of qualifying followed by 12 laps of sprint race. We are going to be joining with the drivers really shortly. And hello to the chat as well. Welcome everyone once again. Welcome. Hit the like, you know, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, ding it and whatnot. We will be bringing you live races here every week. This week we are at the Brazilian GP because it's the real life GP as well. And then next weekend it's a break for the real life Grand Prix. We will be having round number 7 at round number 6 at the Prix GP, while the season is, you know, real life season is on a break, followed by Abu Dhabi, which is the finale, Vegas and Abu Dhabi, so the next 2 races. Round number 9 we're going to be having Italian GP with a sprint as well, and thankfully by the time, you know, the real life season will be over, and finale is going to be Singapore. So our noisy neighbors, and well, some of our neighbors are racing with us as well, so that's going to be their home race. Will be interesting to see if we finally get a Singaporean winner in MSRL for the first time in the Singapore Grand Prix. But for the time being, Brazilian GP, I love this track. I know everyone here loves the track as well. Leave a like, just let me know in the chat, you know, do you love this circuit? Rate it out of 10, maybe, you know, how much do you love it in the race? Do you love it in the dries? Do you love it in the wets? Let me know. And we are ready to go. So all 16 drivers, 16 out of 17 are here today, and let's get ready. So let's go. And that's the signal there, you know, just spectate the session on and off, and everyone gets the signal that we are ready to go. So 5 minutes practice session just for everyone to get used to their equipment, and also given that it's a shorter, you know, split sessions here, will give them 5 minutes to get acclimatized to their cars before they go out on track, and also make sure all their equipments are working, because you know, in F1 sometimes the equipment doesn't really cooperate that well. So 5 minutes should be just nice for everyone to get in groove with the session, and let's see what the drivers are going to do. And well, we'll just probably see the weather session here. The weather in the session here, it looks dry. That's for the practice session. I wonder what's the weather gonna be looking like. Anyone in chat who's in the race, if you're spying in here, let me know what is happening in the lobby. Is it raining for qualifying? Is it dry? It's gonna be exciting. Right, as we can see, we are still, we got 5 minutes before everyone will end the session. Let's just set it up real nicely and see what everyone's going to be doing, and if they're even going to be setting a lap time here during practice, or are they just going to have fun and stay inside. Okay, as you can see, some drivers are on the medium tires, some staying on the hards, probably just to get in some laps here. Practice tires, by the way, do not carry over to the qualifying and sprint session, so drivers can freely choose whichever tires they want, and they can just dump it at the end of the session. That's a good thing. Now 5 minutes, well, we say that's 5 minutes, we are already a minute and a half into it, so there's only 3 minutes left for drivers to actually go out on track and test the equipment and load their setup. So they better do it quick, because they're going to be taking a lot of time if they don't do so. We have 1 driver, 2 drivers are finally out on track, 3 drivers, as you can see, more and more are coming out on track, and let's just ride on board with them. Perhaps this pit lane here, as you can see, like in real life, it's similarly difficult to navigate. It's quite tight on the exit, and you'll probably be going flat coming out of the pit lane on cold tires though. And yeah, we might see some incidents in the pit lane itself where someone is losing a wing on the exit of pit lane. Cough cough, I did that a couple of seasons ago, so I clearly remember how badly it can go if you don't have a clean pit exit around here. And there we go, a few more drivers coming out on track. Shah is retiring, and that's, I suppose, his setup is ready. And a few more drivers here. Oh, that is heater out of the practice session already. I suppose you want to get that out of the way now rather than doing it in the real session later. And the Alpines are just passing by. Looks like Williams as well, just passing close by to the incident there. But luckily, no harm done. That car is out of the way. Right, let's see if anyone wants to go for a hot lap. No, probably the Williams here of, is it Ayman? Yes, it is Ayman who is going for a, adventurous turn 1 there. And well, that's one way to make sure everything is working, your wheels working, all the force feedback is working as you expect to, and everyone's just retiring on track. That's all right in the practice session, as long as you don't collide and cause some time penalties to yourself. A few more drivers here, just taking their sweet time. Zinubi here, keeping it clean so far in the past races. Unfortunate DSQ there in round 4 in Kota. However, I think he'll be looking to bounce back from there. Round 3 Kota, my bad. Right, with 1 minute to go, we have a few more drivers who are still going on a recon lap here, testing out the setup, testing out their grip, make sure the equipments are working, and we are going to be joining the one-shot qualifying in less than a minute, ladies and gentlecast. We are almost there for the one-shot qualifying. Interesting sessions here. One-shot qualifying, always a lot of jeopardy involved. You don't know how you're going to nail the circuit. Are you going to overshoot a corner? Are you going to undershoot a corner? Are you going to be in the groove to even nail the lap time? Pit entry there. Whoa, lap feet going full opposite lock over there. We might see a few more of those in the sprint race and the main race, which will be in about an hour and a half from now, 2 hours from now, right after the sprint shootout, real life sprint shootout is over. We will be back for the main race. For now, we have the one-shot qualifying, and then we'll have 12 laps of sprint race. So last driver to join back the pits, and he will be retiring from the session, and we are almost done. Right now, Kenrick is back into the pits safely. Mr. Womax, if you would kindly retire, and we will be able to proceed to the next session. Someone needs to get the word out to Mr. Womax over here. We are kind of waiting for him to retire here. Right, Mr. Womax might be just going on a little toilet adventure probably. He's missed the memo. And yeah, we're just waiting for him. And it's kind of quiet around here today. It's a sprint race. We're going to be having some action. Brazil always serves up a treat around here. There's a long straight here on coming out of June South, the real last corner around here at the start of Sector 3. And why is he going out again? Well, I don't know. Oh my goodness, looks like we might have disconnected. RIP. Okay, we'll have to restart the lobby then. Good old game, always doing its best to kick us out of the session. Oh my goodness. Alright, we'll have to make a new lobby then. And stay tuned with us for a little longer, folks, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying patient with this game. We will be back shortly with a new lobby, so in the meantime, stay on put. And well, we are finally back. Now the lobby has finally been reset here. Hopefully no more connection issues like that random disconnection that we had at the end of the practice session. And no more confusions. So let's go into one-shot qualifying here at Sao Paulo at Interlagos for the Brazilian Grand Prix. And I wonder what it's gonna be. I want to see some rain, but you know, plenty of drivers would not like to see that. It looks dry. It looks dry. So qualifying is dry at the very least. So we know that is going to be not as difficult to nail the lap. Let's be honest around here. And yeah, sprint as well. We'll see what the weather looks like in a minute or two. So drivers are loading up their setups right now, I suppose, and they'll get going as soon as they're ready. So let's see if everyone is ready to come out. I'm just gonna not touch my keyboard, not go into race director or anything, because we all know what happens when a spectator goes into a race director and then the session starts. You get stuck, and I don't want to do that as lobby host. This is going to be a disaster. However, let's put all that behind us and welcome back to the one-shot qualifying here at Brazilian Grand Prix. It's a sprint weekend. So if you're new and you're just tuning in, well, you're in for a bit of a fun here. 16 drivers out on track today, or 17. I might have missed a memo here with a number or two. We are finally going. So let's go. All right, just in time to get started. I think, one-shot qualifying, there's not much waiting time needed in between. Everyone's loaded their setup and it's good time to go. So let's go. Let's see who nails their lap, who invalidates their lap time here, because it's one shot. You can make it or break it in a corner or two. Oh, Flaky has retired from the session, so that's one person out of the running already. Easy is the one leading here so far into sector 1 and the sector 2. Zach now takes the lead, now coming into this middle sector here, infield section. Now this is where you can see higher downforce is usually going to work out. Sharice and Easy just back and forth. Zach as well back and forth here for position 1, 2 and 3. Now heading into this duck build coming out of this section. Now heading into Junsao, the last real corner of this circuit. Even in the wets, it's an easy flight coming out of here. Sharice is the one leading on the exit. Zach very close to him. Easy and Lampy down in 3 and 4. So this is looking like another pole position incoming for Sharice, unless Zach has some top speed to deny him. Looks like the answer is no. Sharice is going to take pole in the one-shot qualifying here. He will be taking the pole by almost 0.2 of a second, and that is a 107.9. Beautifully done. One more time, I'd say, congratulations to Sharice for taking the pole position in MSRL season number 6. This is round number 5. Some drivers there, as you can see, unfortunately, they have invalidated the lap time. A big knockout there, as you can see, is Sweets. We can sort of say the championship protagonist in some way for the constructors and drivers here in P15. Obviously, this is going to be a setback for him, but if he can make up a few good positions in the sprint race, he'll be setting himself up for a good main race later today. And there you go. Just like that, sprint qualifying, is coming up next. Qualifying is done, and we will be heading into the session. So yeah, 2 minutes waiting cooldown as usual. Let's hope everybody remembers that and respects that. After a few jump starts that we had in the previous races, drivers have been handed out a 20-second time penalty and 2 penalty points. It is considered a jump start because you don't let everyone wait for starting on time and whatnot. But yeah, you can see someone might have hit early there, and that is not a good news for whoever did that in the post race. So we will have to take a look into that in the tuning review after this race. But for now, looks like the weather is dry. I'm not going into race director once again. We will be on the grid and 5 laps are coming on real soon, and we'll have 12 laps of racing. It's gonna take roughly 15 to 20 minutes only, so we are still ahead of time here, thankfully. Oof. Timing is always a problem here. So once in a while in sim racing, in online races, especially with buggy lobbies. But to the folks who are watching us right now, welcome back, and we are going for 12 laps of racing. I'll just zip my mod for a moment and wait for everyone to load onto the grid. I'll probably have to breathe for 5 seconds before we start talking for the next 20. Now we're still waiting around, folks. Well, thank you for tuning in, and let's get ready. I'm not gonna hit anything once again. Can you please start the race already? We want to have some action on track, and we also want some action real life after this. Let's just check in Discord in case there are some more issues going on. And yep. Okay, looks like it's not a jump start by anyone or anything. Looks like we may have a race on our hand after all. There we go, 5 lights are coming on, 4, 5, and they're about to go out anytime now, and 5 lights are out. It's a little bit of a delay. What's happening over here? And a safety car already at the start. This is interesting. This is new. We've not seen this happening before. Safety car has been deployed at the end of lap 1 already. My oh my, can this game get any weirder? Lap 1 safety car already, and looks like well, Shari is going to take the opportunity to get past the safety car, so we'll have at least 1 lap of racing. Are they even racing, or is this some kind of glitch that is happening right around now? No, he is slowing down, and there we go. This is funny, man. This is really funny, as the safety car is actually bunching up the pack here, and we can see drivers are slowly getting past it. Okay, so this is a very unorthodox, very unexpected safety car at the start of lap 1. Surely that's a glitch. That's happening around here. I'm not sure why it happens. We all know it's probably because the game is bugging out for some reason or two. We can see some drivers right at the back here. I'm pretty sure drivers like Switz will not be happy to you know, have a safety car here. That will mean like 2 or 3 less laps of racing. That will be, you know, a little bit difficult to fight back. Well then, now that we have a safety car on our hand here, we'll just have to breathe for a moment or two. I think the game is actually giving me an opportunity to talk less. Or some drivers are into the pits, so that is Flaky into the pits, who decided to start on the hard tires for 1 or 2 odd reasons here. He's going into the pits to get a set of mediums now to go till the end, or even a set of softs here. Both the Alfa Romeos are boxing to take a set of softs now, so this is spicy. They are going for the attack here on the restart, so this is going to be a bit tactical here from these two. Started on the hards, now they are on to a set of softs here. Let's bring up some information that we can see on here. Most of them on the soft tires. some of them on the mediums. As you can see, Sharis, who has been leading. Safety car in this lap already. My goodness, this is a big oof that is happening right here today, and I hope Sharis will play the good game here and let everyone catch up to the back of the pack if that is possible. However, the start finish line is coming up real soon, and I don't think that is going to be anywhere favorable for any one of them. This might just have to be a race that is to be forgotten here. Sprint race now finally begins on lap 2. At the end of lap 2, we start with lap 3, and there we go, green lights once again, and looks like there are no more issues. Everyone's just setting past the lap for no reason, and that is a Haas that has gone wrong. That is Easy, who has been spun around down to P14. He is going around to find his way back onto the track. And we can see some more battles here coming in. P5 here, AJ in the Ferrari making his debut in MSRL now in P5, dropped down a position to the soft runners here. Shari is still leading the race, and that is looking like a good lead that he has so far. There we go, Switz and Iman Haikal, they are battling it out, and Switz makes a dive on the inside on the soft tires, going on the attack very early. 2 more positions and he's already in the points for the sprint race. Top 2 have broken out of anyone's DRS range, and we have a few more yellow flags going on at the back, and that is the Haas teammates of Easy and Zakwan. Are they having issues, or is it just Zakwan that has a little bit of a spin? It is Zakwan is having a little bit of a spin. Lap 4 has begun. Shari is still in the lead. Zak is okay and doing well. Zach is okay is his name. He's doing well within DRS range here. No DRS just yet because the end of safety car, then this will have to wait 2 full laps. It will be enabled at the end of this lap, so Zach will have to do his best to stay within touching distance of Sharis here into the middle sector, where the soft tires still will have a little bit of an advantage. How long though before Zach falls out of DRS range? Lampy now in P3 holding on just fine. Elia in P4 there, the Alpine now having to hold off Aswan in P5 here. Easy and Flaky are going for it at the back, and they are way off the back here, unfortunately, because of that safety car for Flaky, and Easy having a spin at turn 1. Back to some position swaps here. We have the Mercedes going for team orders here. Nabil letting Switz pass. Switz is now released into P9 to catch up to the rest of the pack in front of him. A bit of a yellow going on in sector 2, but nothing that stops the race so far. Zach has fallen further behind from Sharis, and that is not looking good for Zach if he wants to get a pole position for the race. Well, qualifying is always not getting a pole, but if he wants to start in P1, he'll have to find some pace on those medium tires. Will they fire up towards the end of the race though? That's the question. How long can they hold on? We have some battles here. Aswan now, AJ in the Ferrari making his debut on the inside with DRS, makes the pass on Elia into P4 and up into turn 4, into P4 as well. Tongue twister over there for myself. Wumax and Kendrick going for it as well. Now Wumax falling down to P8, still within the last points position here. Switz right behind him, a 10th or 2. Will this be a dive on the inside? Switz goes for it. He has a look, but that is not enough to spook off the Williams here. So we are still in lap number 5 here. We're almost halfway done already in the sprint race, thanks to the safety car for slowing us down for 2 laps. We have 10 laps of action, and we'll still have a few more to go. Now that is Switz and Wumax going for it side by side, and Wumax defends the inside, but no, Switz gets past it. Kendrick has made his move as well. Elia has actually gone for a spin here. What has happened to him? And looks like he might have just actually spun coming out of some exit here, and he's down to P11, which releases hot stuff now into P4, and Aswan has lost a position as a result of that. Wumax now and Nabil going for it. So once again, these Williams and Mercedes pair always on track, battling it on track time after time. He picks up a 3-second time penalty as he promised today, and he's going to, well, he's not in the point swing position anyway, so he's going to be out of the range. Switch now gets past Kendrick here into the middle sector, and well, soft tires holding up well so far. Switch, can he find 3 seconds to get any closer to Aswan and hot stuff up in front? Okay, looks like Easy has lost connection here. Let's just quickly invite him. Right, back on the action here, onto the pit straight here. Aswan now with DRS on the pit straight here, around the outside, makes the pass easy as I like it. Hot stuff, running low on battery there. Aswan running low as well. Williams teammates, they're going for a bit of a swapperoo here. Oh, that's a bit of a ding-dong battle happening between the Williams and the Alpine of Elia. Elia now with DRS, having a little bit more top speed there, looks like it. Gets ahead of Wumax here now for P10. Well, still out of the points paying position. He'll still try to do his best. Nabil in P8, he will be the one who is being hunted down by everyone. Can he stay alive? Switz is dragging along this train of Kendrick and Nabil. So 6, 7, 8. Anything can happen here. We still have fringe points on the table here. Not too far off. Up in front, let's just forget the top 5 for a moment. Some confetti flying here from Elia. And that is a brave move that he has pulled off on both of the Williams here. Now up into P9. He has half a second to catch up to be within DRS range of Nabil in P8. Okay, still within touching distance there. Oh, Elia has run wide. What has happened to him? And he's lost another position to the Alpine. Did he overtake off track? Looks like he might have. And he has let both the Williams pass once again. So back to square one for Elia. He'll have to make few more positions up. Lap 8 out of 12. We are almost there. We are 2 thirds done. 4 more laps, 4 and a bit laps to go before we get an ending to this sprint race here. Only 12 laps, so it's a short and quick race here. Switz now trying to pull himself a little bit of a gap here into the middle sector. Both of them, Switz and Kendrick, on the set of soft tires here. Nabil as well on the set of soft tires here. Does he want to stay in the DRS range? Of course, that will be a yes. Or will Switz want to pull away? Try to go for the P5 here, but the gap is slowly coming down to hot stuff here. And that might be an opportunity that they might look into. Zach is okay. Now, would you look at that? Now with the soft tires starting to degrade, the medium tires have come into their own here, and suddenly Zach, towards the closing end, the tail end of this race, has found himself within DRS range of Sharis. Or did Sharis make a mistake? Now there's no running here already. Sharis on the soft tires, he's going to be finding it a little bit difficult to keep those tires in check, and Zach will be taking advantage of that. And that is a safety car on lap 9. Because Zach Wen has lost it somewhere on the track here, coming out of turn 3, as we saw that white dot at turn 2 at the center SS. I think he might have crashed, and this is a safety car. I don't think you'd want to be pitting right now. Zenubi, however, he's at the back of the grid. He's still on the lead lap here. He has gone into the pits and taken a fresh set of soft tires, so he'll be quick on the restart provided he can catch up to the back of the train right after this. So this is going to be tricky, and this is going to be tricky because now suddenly Zach, who was in contention for winning the race with virtue of being within DRS with the medium tires, now on the restart will probably only have 2 laps of racing around here. Both of them have pitted, so this is a risky call with only 2 laps of racing possibly coming up. Will Lampy pit? Lampy stays out. He prefers track position here. Will Aswan stay out? He stays out on the medium tires. Hot Stuff is also staying out, so that's a bit of a decision made there by Sharis and Zach. Is it the right one though? Because look at that, they are losing all the track positions that they would have hoped for. 2 laps may not be enough for a perfect overtaking show here, but we may just get some overtakes here. Okay. Alright, this is tricky right now. Let's see if all the drivers have settled down. Let's just bring up the positions. As you can see, 11 positions made up by Switz. He is still staying out on those old soft tires. 2 laps to go. He'll have to hold on to dear life for that. Aswan here in P2 on his debut looks like the candidate to probably win the sprint race on those medium tires here, having more life than the soft tires. The safety car will be in at the end of this lap, so both the Alphas have to be catching up real quick. I'm not sure what's happening. Why is Zenubi so far off? But this will have to be a quick recovery here for the two drivers at the back. Easy and Zenubi will have to catch up. Safety car will be in at this lap. 2 laps of racing coming up right up towards the end. Charis, who made the pit stop, is on a fresh set of soft tires in P6. Zach is in P8. Lampy leads the restart here, and Aswan on the medium tires will be the one to watch out for being on the, well, you can say the better race tire towards the tail end of this race. Charis and Zach will be hoping to get a overtaking show on here for us today. But yeah, as you can see, Lampy there weaving on the straights, getting ready for the safety car restart. He's waiting till the end, and there you go, he's gone. He's pulled off quite a gap on the restart here. Hot stuff on the tail end of Aswan here into turn 1. He's gonna go for a move. No, he thinks better of it, and now we'll probably have to turn our attention to Zach and Nabil, Zach has already made the move up into P7. Charis just ahead of him, alongside Kendrick here, side by side they are. Who's gonna have the better top speed? Looks like Charis on the outside. He might just have to brake later. He does with that extra grip. Now up into P5. Sweet Snacks will be falling victim to Charis. I'm pretty sure of that. But up in front, Aswan and Lampy are still keeping it together within a second of each other. No DRS, just to remind you, because, well, only 2 laps of racing, and DRS will not be enabled until the 3rd lap of racing, which we do not have the luxury of. Charis and Hot Stuff, a bit of team orders going on there, and now Charis is up into P3 already. Well, this might just be turning into a good day for Charis, because, well, he just have 2 drivers to overtake up in front, and he'll only have a lap left though. Aswan now will have to defend from Charis here, fellow teammates from another league here, and now will Charis go for the move here. Aswan is defending inside, outside. Now he's run out of battery into turn 1. Lampy is the last one remaining here, and Lampy runs wide, and there you go. Lampy is down to P2. Charis regains P3. Charis regains P1. Now Aswan finds himself an opportunity to go around the outside. Lampy has disconnected, which means he will be falling down the outer. Now Aswan finds himself in P2. Hot Stuff now in P3. That's finally coming together for him. A 1-3 for Red Bull. That is looking pretty beautiful today. Switch up into P4, now having to defend from Zach, who is on their fresh soft tires. Few more corners to go. Zach finds himself with that opportunity with the fresher tires on the inside. Into the double right-handers, now into the horseshoe. He gets the inside. Now the Red Bull of Hot Stuff. Now can he go around the outside or the inside? Looks like Hot Stuff is having to defend the inside. Zach takes the outside line. Now gets the better traction around the outside edge, coming into Junsao here. Zach is okay. Up into P3 he goes, and there you go. He'll be coming in P3, I hope. Up in front though, just ahead, Charis is gonna finish in P1. We'll have to still look at this battle. Who is gonna finish in P2? Is it Aswan? Is it Zach? And across the line, it is Aswan who will keep P2. Zach will come home in P3. Hot Stuff in P4. Switch comes home in P5. Kendrick in P6. Nabil in P7. And Ayman Haikal in P8 for the last paying position. 1 point in the sprint race. Lampy unfortunate there with the disconnection. Will finish in P9. And the rest of the grid will not score any points for the sprint race. However, this is your starting grid for the main race, which will be in about an hour 10 minutes or so. So there you go. We will be back in an hour or so, an hour 10 minutes, an hour or 20, whichever, whenever the real life sprint shootout is completed. Let's take a look at the results here. As you can see, well, two safety cars here in a sprint race. So that is quite a bit of a dramatic ending there that we had. So Charis deciding to go for that soft ice at the end. Zach is okay. I think he would have held on if they stayed out for track position. However, they were in risk of being caught out by everyone else. So good decision there by Charis for the soft tires up into P1. Zach finishing in P3. Aswan on his debut there, finishing in P2. So good luck, have fun everyone. We will see y'all in the next session, which will be in an hour from now. And take care. We will be back. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see y'all really shortly. So thank you for tuning in. We will be back. Take care everyone. Stay safe and ciao.